And welcome back. I am telling you that it's raining all sorts of talent right here on Artistic Tuesday. Now, moving on swiftly to photography, we have award-winning, yes, award-winning photographer and filmmaker, Kevin Odhiambo. Good morning, Kevin. How are you doing?
To you.
How are you doing? How are you feeling?
Fine. I'm feeling good.
You're feeling good?
The place is nice. I love it.
All right.
Yeah,
so who's
nice.
Kevin Odhiambo?
Kevin Odhiambo is a photographer, a professional photographer, and an overboard filmmaker. And in filming, I'm specifically a director, but I'm good in editing, camera work, and all those below the line jobs.
So you are a director?
Yeah.
Savio Meskia? All right. So how did you start out?
Okay, I started out by, first of all, I went to college, but before that I was working with a music video producer. He's called J Blessing. I used to write scripts for him.
Shout out. He's a huge name in the industry.
And then from there, we formed a group with another video producer called Young Wallace. And we produced a movie. It won awards recently, and we're happy.
You've worked with so many big names. Okay, you just mentioned two guys, Young Wallace and J Blessing, but those are the, the big people in the industry.
True.
So what kind of productions have you done together?
Okay, with J Blessing, I did music videos for Giuliani, for Jimmy Gate. That was back in 2010.
You're just dropping names. Let's stick with name drop.
And then from there, I formed a company, me and some guys from Kenya Grips. It was called Phil Panakes. We used to do documentaries for a German company. And then from there, I went solo and formed Airborne Films.
That was with J Blessing.
Yeah, so with the Airborne Films, now we partnered with Young Wallace Creation, and we did a political musical film. It's called TuneSpeak.
I am the captain of this team and soon to be president of this school.
Hello to goodbye, 'cause it's gone forever.
One of these white sticks will hurt you. Can I repeat the question?
Which year was this when you did the movie?
It was last year. The movie took, first phase of production took 3 months. The second phase took 2 months. The first phase, that is the scripting and the production work, it took 2 months up to April. And then from April to July, we had the editing, and then plans to launch it in Machakos failed. So currently we are launching it at KICC.
All right. And how, you haven't launched it yet?
No, it was supposed to be launched on December 2nd, but there was a crash in terms of programming with the president, and that's because he was our guest. And at the same time, we had the conference in the same venue.
But anyway, yeah, we're not bragging. We're just calling it as it is, yeah?
It's okay.
So when are you planning to do the launch on the movie?
Okay, currently, we are approaching some NGOs.
Yeah.
Because the funding was a little bit tricky.
Tight.
Yeah, the government institution, they kept on telling us, oh, funds have not yet been released, or there's a delay, the cartels are doing ABCD. So we had to look for NGOs, and you see, you can't rush them. But things are going on well.
So you just decided to come to my set today and name drop and all these big projects you've done, which
really.
is good. It's great.
it's actually building one another, because without you guys, we can't survive.
It's true. No,
Yeah.
but I want to know, before you got to working with all these big names, J Blessing, Young Wallace, how was it? Where did you start from?
I started in 2010. I was just an independent filmmaker, and I decided to get a few techniques and ideas from filmmakers and video producers who have been on the game. So I decided to talk to J Blessing. He was my friend. Back then I was an artist, so my music world linked me to the film world. And I had passion for film, and then I joined Kenya Institute of Mass Communication for 3 years, and then I joined Lights Film School after that for 2 years to take on film, specifically film. And that's how my journey started officially.
So you actually went to school for it, for training and everything else, and it wasn't self-taught.
Actually, education is so important.
It's key.
Yeah.
It's true at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So from filmmaking, how did you now transit and become a photographer?
Okay, a photographer. I was doing photography for Miss Kenya, as I can remember, and they wanted a touch, something different from the norms. So I had to go and research for something that we haven't seen in our markets. And one thing I found out that you could actually suppress the daylight sun using these lights. Yeah, you suppress it, yeah.
And I was busy using my umbrella to look
So-
all glamorous.
You can achieve actually anything with the strobe lights because they are super powerful. And
What's
the
it called?
Strobe lights.
Strobe lights.
Yeah, and then the reason as to why they're powerful is that their speed is a bit faster than the sun. So they can actually counter the sunlight. You can imagine how the sun is,
Yeah.
has got high intensity.
Yes.
Yeah, so I think it's a good tool of production.
Oh, okay. So from photography, what was your first work?
My first work was lingerie photography. Actually, it was the first in Africa, if I can remember.
The one for Miss Kenya? What
No,
you talked
that's
about?
another
No, That's a
one.
different shoot.
Yeah, specifically lingerie. Yeah, it was for an international company, and they wanted African touch, African wears in American touch. So it was African American filling, and it was good.
It sounds like you've done so many fun
It's
shoots,
fun.
yeah?
Actually, I believe if you love something, you should just have fun.
Yeah,
with it.
especially if that's where your heart is.
True.
It's really, really interesting.
Very.
So what's your most memorable event?
My memorable event is when I won awards both for photography and for film, but the big one was for film, and I can't complain.
Which award was this?
I won Best Film on Corruption and Ethics and Anti-Corruption, Best Film on Voter Education, Best Scripted Film, Best Directed, Best Sound. Actually,
Hey,
generally
but we
it was
don't
Best
say-
Everything.
Even this is the best show, best award-winning show. You know, yeah, this is Artistic Tuesday, and this is Life and Style. So
But
we are
it's
also
true.
award-winning.
And
right
I love
here.
your set by the way.
Hey.
So, yeah, so
Yeah. Oh, that's very, very interesting. And the most amazing person you've come in contact with through your photography.
through my photography. There's a time I was doing photography for Mudigi from Sauti Sol.
Yes.
And I remember it because of one thing, not because of the photography, but it linked me to someone who had a dream of changing the film industry, but never had people. So I think it was a good connection. In as much as I went to do photography, it gave me something that I could like hold on to and say, yeah.
Yeah. So how would you describe the kind of shoots you have? Because now you mentioned all kind of things, from lingerie to the music videos. Where are you?
I can take it as production, and all I can say is that creativity is needed everywhere. You can come like as a newcomer, but you come with a game, as in you come with a touch. It's called a touch. So that's one thing that is important in our art industry, because if you want to copy everyone, you cannot like go ahead ile vizuri. But if you like keep to your dream and follow it and add some touch, a bit of you, because everyone is different.
It's
You
true.
can't tell me I'm the same to everyone.
Other- yeah.
So it's good you come with creativity and be original. Tell a story that will involve a number of audience, not just one target audience. Yeah, I think that's where we also go wrong, because we fail to choose our target audience rightly, because I write a story, but I don't picture. I want to tell a story through my photography, but I don't picture who is going to connect with it. And then you see photography and filming, it's like connecting to the audience. Once I have a photo, it's like 24 photos make one video, so you see they're connected.
It's true.
So this photo, I must treat it like one for me to connect to the video, and the video connects to the
So
audience.
next story.
Yeah, so all of them, I think they're the same.
Is this a chain, yeah?
Yeah, you must balance.
Balance the two.
Yeah,
All
and-
right, all right. So for anyone who's watching and is interested in getting in touch with you, how can they do that?
Okay, I'm on Facebook, Airborne Films, the page for my company, and KC Romy Kevo for my personal account. And on Twitter, I don't have a personal account, but I have an account for the movie. It's called TuneSpeak Musical.
Okay.
Same to Facebook, TuneSpeak
Musical.
Musical. Yeah, something like that.
And your number?
My number is 0725 475 416.
Just take that again.
0725 475 416.
All right, thank you so much. Can I keep this umbrella?
It's
For
okay.
me, but it's an umbrella.
That's okay.
I don't
That's
even care if
yours.
you need it for your stand, for
No.
your straw. It was a straw what? It's
Strobe
even
light.
falling.
Yeah.
I don't even care
But
if you need it for
photography in
those, like-
general has so,
yeah, just
has
here
so many
guessing,
things.
my
yeah.
glam on. All right, so that has been photography. Now to move on to creative of the week, and I'm just here feeling glamorous. I know this is not the purpose for this, but hey, I'm just working it. All right. So that was photography. Now moving on swiftly to creative of the week. And I just realized it's like the third day of 2017. So happy new year, guys. I'm sorry I didn't tell you happy new year. And new year, new things, new Artistic Tuesday. We have a guest host with us today, Budi. It's a good thing that you are here. My heels are really killing me. So
Okay.
I'll just walk away in
Those are
style,
nice
of
shoes,
course.
by the way.
Yeah, I know.
So what's up, what's happening, everybody? My name is Budi, and clearly I'll be your host. And today on Creative of the Week, I have this guy. How are you doing, bro?
How are you?
How are you doing?
Awesome.
So tell me, Rama,
Yeah.
what exactly do you do?
I don't have an exact thing I do. I'm just a jack of all trades. Right
Okay.
now, I am doing interior design stuff and digital marketing.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. So I'm going to ask you a very simple question.
Yes.
If this was my living room today,
Yeah.
what would you change?
I would change, I guess, the walls.
The color?
The color on the wall is a bit too bright for me.
Okay.
And then I'd put more paintings on this side.
Is it too blank?
Yeah, it's a bit too blank for me. Like, if I look at it, I mean, they look nice, but you should have like some artwork over there. Yeah.
Okay, so did you go to school for interior deco, or did you just stumble upon interior deco?
My story is the funniest.
Okay.
I didn't go to school for digital marketing. I didn't go to school for interior design. I didn't go to school for art, and I do some paintings. I think I'm a person who learns through trial and error, and as long as I can prove to myself that I do something, the next step for me is always try to make it better.
Okay.
So I did the same thing with my artwork. I did the same thing at work. And now here I am with interior design. I'm doing my own furniture right now. My
Whoa.
whole house is my own furniture.
Okay, so let's
Yeah.
just say, is this the building, the
It's-
structure itself that isn't yours?
Yeah, because I think for a lot of people don't realize that as long as you have it in you, if you have a vision, you know, the next step is just you making that vision a reality. And then when the reality is here, thinking about how you can perfect it and make it more appealing, if you want.
Okay,
Yeah.
so tell me about your pieces and what you have here today.
So my pieces are pretty simple. I use a lot of symbolicism.
Okay.
My art is very symbolic, so I like to convey my art through symbols. Like, for example, like this one is it's a serving spoon.
Yes.
It's a set of spoons. For me, it's one of the paintings I have in my houses, and I really love it because now this to me is a symbol
Let me see
of.
that.
It's a symbol of, you know, it's the warm feeling of a house.
Okay.
It's very African.
can see the color.
If you look at this when you walk into a house, you feel like you're in a house.
Okay.
So for me, it's that use of those simple things that people overlook on a daily basis, and you know,
Okay.
we don't seem to think about the
So
meanings.
let me ask you something about this specific piece.
Yeah.
Well, in terms of measurements, we would say this is almost an A4, right?
It's slightly above an A4.
So
yeah.
how long does it take you to make this specific piece?
For this specific
size?
this specific piece, this size would take me about, say, give and take like a day.
A day.
Yeah.
That's not much.
Yeah, it's not much, but that's a day of just sitting there and just doing it. So
Okay.
what I like to do is I like painting,
Okay.
hanging them on the wall, and then I look at where they need to improve. So I don't do everything at a go.
And how much would you sell it for?
Well, it depends on who I'm selling it to and how much detail and work I've put into it. This specifically I did for myself.
Okay.
I think I did a couple of galleries last year.
Okay.
And then I realized something, that the reality has come for me. I am now known as an artist. The next step is for me to now perfect my work, because when I was looking around and walking around, everyone had a distinctive style.
Okay.
I felt like for me, there was no distinctive style.
Okay.
You couldn't look at my work and say, this is Rama's work.
Okay, good.
So I went back to the studio, and this is what I'm doing right now,
Good
just
stuff.
perfecting that.
Good
Yeah,
stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess you have something to demonstrate to us.
Yeah. Also, we have a lot of wine in the house. So what we love to do, like in the house, is after we have the wine, we think of new ways
can
to
have this
use
here.
new ways to use everything we have in the house to make our DIY stuff. So
Would you explain what a DIY is?
DIY basically means do it yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
pretty
do it
simple.
yourself. If you have furniture, if you have things you can repurpose in your house,
Okay.
it's very simple. It's things you can do by yourself. Now the thing about DIY is
Do you need my help with that?
it's just untangling, yeah. So the thing about DIY, and the funniest thing is, I was doing this also last year concurrently with my art, and I was trying to sell my DIY more than my art, and then I realized, like, you know, it's much simpler for people to do this, and nobody will buy anything they can do themselves. So, like, this one example is of a wine bottle. So basically, once you have your wine and you're done with the bottles and you clean the wine bottles, you can be able to actually repurpose the wine bottles into flower vases or, you know, water jugs if you wish. So like this is one of the most and the simplest thing you can do with your wine bottles, which is to buy twine and just wrap it around the neck going down like this. Most times people use adhesive. You just put the
That's
adhesive on
glue,
the
right?
bracelet. That's glue, yeah. And then it's not paper glue though. And then you just wrap it around like this. And it's quite a nice way to spend your afternoons or your Saturdays and your weekends if you're not doing anything, because it's very relaxing.
Yeah.
So this is just a demo. If you were to turn this into a flower vase, all you'd have to do is just wrap this around, tie it, and then when you're done, you just throw in your flower and your water, and it's good to go. It's actually something you can do anywhere. You can
And
see
when
I'm
you're
doing
done,
this
can
in
you
here.
also paint it?
You can paint
whatever
it.
colours you want.
Yeah. So what I do with some of these bottles, like instead of tying this, because this is the simplest one for demo purposes.
Okay.
For painting, all you have to do is clean, wipe, and then just spray paint over the bottle, and you have whatever colors you want.
That's
So
very
I don't
practical.
throw away any of my wine bottles or my beer bottles.
Okay.
They always have a use in the house.
Well, I think I have a stack of them in the house. I need to use some of your skills.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest, this doesn't really require much skill. So for the most part, like for my DIY, I think I love to share what I create online.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's basically it. I mean,
So once this product is completely finished, like you've done all this,
yeah.
how much will you sell it for?
Usually what I do is I give this as freebies. So if you order furniture from me, because I design my own furniture, if you order furniture from me, I usually send you like 2 bottles if
So
you
that's
want.
more like
It's more,
customer-
it's more like a customer retention type of thing.
Okay. Whoa. So you wouldn't sell it on its own?
I wouldn't sell it on its own because I mean, I tried selling it. I got like 3 customers, and then I realized like I feel like I'm fleecing people.
Okay.
So it's much easier for me to teach people how to repurpose the things they have in their own house than sell it to them.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
must have really much love for art. You see, everyone just wants to make money. If you find someone who really appreciates art in your perspective,
Yeah, and
Then-
and it's a bit of a dilemma for me.
okay.
Because on one hand, I want to make money out of art, and on the other hand, I want people to appreciate it just as much as I do. So it is a dilemma.
That's quite
But things are
interesting. I would
looking
love
up.
to visit your house to see how it looks like.
I have a vlog. You can look at my house, though.
Okay, so
Yeah.
if people wanted to find you to get your furniture, to get, your pieces and everything else that you do,
Yeah.
how would they find you?
You can get me on Instagram at Ramsey. That's RAMZY_. Same as Twitter and Snapchat as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, thank you, people. We had Rama today for the week on the Creative of the Week. Now, to keep the conversation going, you can talk to us via Twitter. You can talk to us via Instagram, and that is KTN_style. You can also talk to us via Facebook. That is KTN Live and Style. It was really nice to have you.
Thank you.
I wish you the best in whatever it is you do.
Thank you.
And I really appreciate people who appreciate art.
Thank you so much. Thank
These
you
are
so much
really
for having
beautiful
me.
pieces.
Yeah.
And God bless you.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on the show.
Yeah, you're welcome.
We'll see each other online if you're online.
Definitely.
Sawa.
What's your ethnicity? Where do your roots lie? Where are your ancestors from? I pause. This time I begin to choose my words just a little bit more carefully. I don't know.